Hi friends, it's Victor Costa, and welcome to the Daily Lift. I hope you're having an outstanding day, and I hope today's podcast makes it even better for you. So many people say to me, Vic, I haven't found my groove yet. I haven't found that thing that really lights my fire, that thing that I really enjoy doing, and that thing that I know somewhere deep inside that I can do with passion and conviction that I know I can do, but I don't know what that thing is yet. And I'm getting older, and it's frustrating me, and I don't know when it's going to come. And so I wanted to reach out to those folks who have felt that way, that they feel that they're kind of destined to do something special. They see other people living their dream and their passion, but at the same time they feel sort of frustrated and confused. They have so many likes and they have so many wants, but they don't know which direction to go in and which direction to follow. So let's talk a little bit about what that thing is, right? What that passion and what that groove is and how you can find it. Well, it starts with something that you enjoy doing. Believe me, everyone has said, and you've heard it up and down, that you're never going to be great at something that you dislike. I mean, you could be really, really good, but it's never going to feel like ease and flow and destiny. It's going to feel like hard work, and it's going to be laborious, and you're probably, in order to get good at something, you're going to have to spend a lot of time doing it. And then what's going to happen later on in life is that you may have a tremendous amount of regrets for becoming very facile and wonderful at something that you dislike doing, right? So I understand that we all have to take survival jobs. We have to have jobs that pay the bills. In fact, many of us in the midst of that accumulate things: student debt, a child, a family, and have responsibilities. And we kind of feel sometimes that it's too late for us, that we're never going to find that groove, that we are destined to grind. And it's okay. We know that it's okay if we grind, if we loved it, right? Because when you love something, it never feels like a grind. I mean, my band director, when I was in school, had a quote above his door that said, when you love what you do, every day is a vacation. It's never like going to work when you love what you do. Even though you're putting the effort into it, you sense the, you do sense the effort, but you never feel as though it's laborious, right? And so many of us are looking for that, but at the same time, the bills are stacking up. And we hope someday to have sort of the spirit, our spirit inside of us match with something that not only can bring us financial remuneration, but also joy, right? So let's talk a little bit about how you begin to find that groove, okay? So it starts with something that you find pleasure in, right? So you can start in a very broad sense. Do I like connecting with people? Well, if I like connecting with people, maybe I should start a YouTube channel or even a podcast like this. Do I like to be alone? Well, maybe I'd like to start some kind of a behind-the-scenes activity, like a promotional business or a copywriter or something like that. Or I want to write books because I like to be in solitude and work alone. So it starts with something like that, just a general sense of how you would like your life to be on a day-to-day basis. And then you can get more specific with respect to topics. Do I like exercise? Do I like automobiles? Do I like technology? Do I like different types of new energies and new fuels? Am I interested in travel? Am I interested in food? So nowadays, you can feel a little bit better about finding your groove because you can see that other people have found theirs. And I know a lot of times there may be this jealousy thing where you say, wait a minute, I'm so jealous they found their groove and I haven't found mine. But in a topical sense, just go to the internet and plug in just random things, and you will find that other people have found something that they're passionate about, something that brings them financial remuneration, and something that they really, really enjoy. And it didn't take forever to get up and running. You know, they just started. And when you throw that passion into something, time gets accelerated. You don't have to spend as much time doing something when you're totally connected to it and passionate about it. So this podcast today is for those of you who have felt a little bit frustrated, that you're afraid you're not going to find your groove. But that's because you are so busy in the frustration sense of it and the worry that you're not going to find it, that you're not opened up enough to just letting yourself relax and opening yourself up to the idea of finding that thing. And I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. People start things at various stages in life. We know that sometimes when we don't feel like we're the creator of our own lives, that we've just been thrown into something, it feels laborious, right? But now, with this podcast and the encouragement and the new time that we're in, you have the ability, whether it's just a thought, to connect to that thought and allow that thought to take momentum about something that you would really enjoy doing and something that would really ignite you. And that's what this is about. It's not necessarily going out and becoming necessarily the best at this passion, but just to explore it and just to give yourself the license to go out and try something different. And when you go ahead and you start to realize that other people have said, hey, I'm going to try something, and they don't necessarily know where they're going to end up, or they may not even be great at it, but they have a passion for it, that's when you start developing skills toward it. If I loved cooking, even though I may be a poor cook, I would find the passion and find that passion and be able to keep learning and continuing. And then, of course, ultimately, I'm going to get better if that's really my passion. So this podcast today is for those of you who have been either stressed or worried that you're not going to find your groove. For those of you who feel like it may be too late to find your groove, I want to let you know that it's not. I've done enough research. I've found enough folks who have maybe been thinking about something in the back of their mind for maybe even decades. But what happens is when they allow that little piece of them to express itself, then that's when the magic happens, and it happens quickly. In fact, when you've been storing it for a very, very long period of time, it doesn't take the same amount of time to ramp up, because in a sense you have already been doing it. You've been doing it silently, personally, but it's been a part of you for so long that you're able to ramp up faster than someone who just had the thought today and even started today. So those years of storage in the data banks really do account for something, right? And you allow that passion to come out and let it take over you and explore. I wish you guys all the best. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Victor Costa signing off for the Daily Lift.